baffled by?
They might be.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was the old, really famous head of FBI or CIA, like during the Kennedy years. Can you remember? Do you know who I'm talking about?
The head of the CIA?
I think so.
The head of the FBI was J. Edgar Hoover at the time.
Okay, it was J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
I believe it was something about J. Edgar Hoover holding his, hand above a candle in the play I read, but that he used to hold his hand over a candle just to practice his self-control.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole thing was, yes, it hurts like hell, but the trick is not to mind it. Which,
and that strikes a familiar chord with you.
yeah, sometimes. Or then again, the trick may be to move your hand off of the candle.
Now, I don't know why this guy asked this, but he says that during your formative years in the 80s, there was something going on at the time called meism.
What-ism?
Meism. M-E-ISM. Meism.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, thinking of the world as something that rotates around you. That doesn't have anything to do with your outlook on life, does it?
I hope not.
A backlash to that, maybe.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he's talking Reagan era.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a very Reagan era thing.
That's right.
You judge your president by, am I better off than I was 4 years ago? Rather than, is everybody better off than they were 4 years ago? I mean, it's the big disease of America, I think, is putting yourself ahead of everyone else. I think there's a good local way to do that, where maybe if you put yourself in front saying, if I'm good to my community, if I'm good to the people around me, if I'm good to my family, then, it'll help make things better, which I think is okay. But I think there's usually more of an attitude that you can step over as many bodies as it takes to get a comfort level, which I don't like. I don't know. I mean, it bugs me. It's a very consumer society. There was a thing in the paper this morning, actually, in town. This is a really dumb story, but I'll tell you anyway. We've had pretty severe drought in Santa Barbara, and so there are these major new housing developments that were built that were told that they had to have drought-resistant landscaping. So what this developer did was they were allowed to have grass in back lawns, I guess, but not in front lawns. He built 2 model homes to show people who were going to move into the community, put nice big green lawns in front of the model homes, and told the people moving in that they would have lawns. And then planted, like, the ugliest possible, and they're all exactly the same, really, really ugly drought-resistant lawns in front of everyone. I mean, not lawns, but landscapes that are mostly bark chips and then a couple of cactuses, Really ugly, and you can do really beautiful drought-resistant stuff in town. Just made them dirt ugly, and people moved in, and they were saying, where's my lawn? And so now they're petitioning the city and saying it's an American right, part of the American dream to have a lawn. It doesn't matter if there's not water for it. We want lawns. And then the thing is, they're mad at the city, but they're not mad at this asshole who lied to them when he sold them the land. They think he's fine. They think he's just been duped by the county. I mean, and they have a tenant saying this, oh, he's okay, we should have lawns. But the fact is, I don't know, just people won't live within their means for half a second. And when they're confronted with it, they rebel against it. I mean, not that I'm not a polluting, over-consuming son of a bitch myself, but
at least you feel guilt about it.
At least I feel guilty about it. And what's scary is when people feel really good about it. They feel like it's the honorable fight to say, even though we live in a drought community, we are going to force the city to give us, and we moved in this place and should have been told that we weren't entitled to lawns here because it's a huge development and already water poor place. We want lawns because we're Americans. That's just scary as all hell to me.
All right, Glenn, I think I've asked what I need to know. One last question here. Do you always start the workday this early?
Well, I woke up, we slept in today. I slept till 6 this morning, which was great.
You slept till 6?
You catch me on the morning where Sophia, she's 17 months now, 18 months actually, people will think we're crazy, but she slept through the night for the well, no, it was the second time. First time in a while, though. She's been teething forever, and then she had an ear infection, and she had a cold again, and last night she slept all night long. It was really great. So I sleep downstairs with her, and Laurel sleeps upstairs with the new one, and it was lovely. So she woke up at 6, and
your sleeping hours basically are at the whim of the baby.
They match hers. I mean, this is the first time ever going on tour. It's been we did a short jaunt, and it was very different just to sleep solidly. I mean, I usually get less sleep on tour, and it was the first time ever where we'd finish shows and I'd be getting 8 whole hours. It was great.
No feelings of guilt about leaving the wife alone with the kids?
Plenty of feelings of guilt, but and she's her mom and stepfather have moved in with us. It's pretty weird, but the other thing was I just had a year and a half of being home solidly. So, not that it makes up for the fact that I'm going to be gone a lot of this next year, but at least when I'm home, I'm really home, and when I'm gone, I'm really gone. But when I'm home, I get more time to be a father than most fathers do. So, hopefully it works out.
All right. Well, I look forward to the album, and wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your time today.
Yeah.
Once again, my name is Steve Harris, and this has been for Rocking On Magazine.
Thanks.
And I hope to have a chance to see you when you guys get out here.
Yeah, and sleep well.
I will.
Okay.
I guarantee you. All right, thanks a lot, Glenn.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.